Hey guys, it's Jason. Welcome to How We Roll by Critical Dice. And today I want to ask you a question. How strong is an ancient red dragon? I've thought about this a lot, and I'm sure you probably have too. But before we can answer that question, we need to figure out some real-world implications to the strength system in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Now, let's say you're a human fighter and you have average strength. Well, for the strength scores, that means you're going to have somewhere between 1 and 20. So an average of 10. So an average of 10, that's great, but what does that mean in the real world? You can lift 10 pounds? Can you push a Buick over? I don't know. Well, if you look into the books, it says that a character that has a strength of 10, they can carry around 15 times that number of equipment before they are encumbered or they're having a difficulty walking around. All right, so average strength of 10 times 15, that's 150 pounds. That's a lot of weight. But you can carry it around for a while without getting too tired. If you've ever been in the military, you know someone who was, they'll talk about how heavy their packs were and they get used to it. But that's the upper limit, that's the maximum. So that seems reasonable. But if you're going to push, drag, or lift something, you get times 30. That means it's 300 pounds for an average person. Now, I consider myself pretty average, but I know my maximum pushing, lifting, or pulling capacity is not 300. So either the system is broken or I'm below average. Yeah, I think I know which one that is. Now, let's look at some examples now. So if we've got a character who has a 15 strength, right? So 15 times 15, that's going to be 300. That's what they can carry around just normally. But then we have 15 times 30, that's a lot more. Now let's take it to the limit. Let me look at my notes real quick so I don't forget. So we take it to the limit, then what we've got is a character who has 18 strength, right? So their maximum lifting capacity, think about like a deadlift, is 540 pounds. Someone who has the absolute maximum for a human would be a score of 20 times 30, so that's 600 pounds. Well, what does that even mean? How do we classify that? Well, a vending machine, a large vending machine, is 600 pounds. They could potentially lift it for a little while by themselves. An empty dumpster at the end of an alley, that's 500 pounds. A piano, about 400 pounds. So now we're starting to see the shape of it. But what about that red dragon? Well, there's another wrinkle we have to consider, that as you go up in size category, that number doubles. So you have medium, large, huge, gargantuan, and then colossal. And the number doubles every time you go up one of those size categories. So let's take an example. Say we have a fire giant who is huge, okay? So that means instead of us just multiplying it by the strength score by 30, we're going to multiply it by 4 times 30 times the strength score, okay? So for him, if he's got a average strength score of 25, then we've got 25 times 30 times 4, which means he can lift 3,000 pounds. No wonder they like to throw rocks at people. 3,000 pounds, well, how heavy is that? Well, that's about the weight of an elephant. All right, so now we have a bigger idea. Now let's keep on going. What about that ancient red dragon? Well, an ancient red dragon is a colossal creature with a strength of 30, which is just insane. So that means that we're going to multiply 16 times 30 times 30, which is its strength. However, there's another wrinkle. It's not a biped, it's a quadruped. And the rules say that bipeds aren't quite as strong as quadrupeds. And if you think about it, someone can carry a lot of stuff, but a horse can carry even more. So instead of us multiplying by 16, we're going to multiply it by 24. So now it's 30 times 30 times 24. That means it's 21,600 pounds, just shy of 11 tons that our ancient red dragon can move around. That's a semi-truck. He can push Optimus Prime around on the freeway. That's huge. And that is how strong an ancient red dragon is. Just shy of 11 tons, or they can lift a semi and throw it at you. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you could share, like, and subscribe, that would go a long way to helping us out. If you have more questions or you want to figure out this, we'll put the chart up on the description where you can find out more about strength in the real world from fantasy settings. Thanks so much.